All right. Hey, everyone. We are doing the Get to Know the Founders Circle today. It's just the two of us in the room, which is great. But for those that are watching the replay, if you have any questions for me, feel free to email me or you can comment on our website or you can DM me. I am traveling from the 28th of May until June 10th. So if you message me during that time, I probably won't get it until June 11th. But if you have any other questions and it's urgent, you can always reach out to Kyra or Lynn. All right, so today I'm going to walk through the benefits of the FemCity Founders Program. And I started the Founders Program maybe 10 years ago, I want to say. And the reason why I started it, it was because so many women wanted to join more than one community. That's how it started. They wanted to join more than one. And so we used to have a secondary option. So when you were buying your membership, you could add a second city. But then all of a sudden, the women were like, well, I want to join like 3 or 4. Like, could you create a package for me for 3 or 4 cities? And so I was like, at that point, it means you're really global, right? You're looking at amplifying your brand through our platforms in a global way. So we changed the way we did that, and we made this new program called the Global Program back in the day. And so we went ahead and changed it to the Founders Program because it's really working more closely with the founder of FemCity. So you don't necessarily have to be a founder to be a part of the program. It's really just those that want to kind of work a little bit more closely with me and also are looking to amplify their brand, their voice, their reach, their referrals beyond their local zip code. So I'm going to walk through the portal today. I'm going to kind of go a little slow so you can take notes. Those that are watching, I know, Lisa, you probably won't be taking as many notes because you've been a part of the program for a couple weeks now. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm going to walk through carefully. I'm going to share with you all the things you can find, your resources. And I'm also going to give you some tips as to where I would start. We've been around for 16 years. And that's really great because obviously we're reputable. We have a great reputation. We are solid. We've been around the block. At the same time, it can be overwhelming for new members because there are so many benefits and they feel like if they're not doing all of it, then it's just like they're not getting their money's worth. But the reality is that just doing one piece that's all you need. You don't have to do all the pieces. It's like dessert a la carte. They bring you 20 different desserts. You don't have to choose all of the desserts. You can just choose one. So, all right, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. So the first thing is any which way with whatever membership you have, if you're looking to access the portal, and I just made some changes to make it easier for our members, I created these member portals and I created the community member portal, the business member, and then the founders also. And so in order for you to access that, you're going to have to be logged in. So you're going to click over here on the bottom right-hand side. This is your dashboard. So this is where you can, this is just for you, by the way. I don't see yours. No one sees your dashboard. But this is a way for you to see what kind of membership you have. You can edit your membership here. If you want to upgrade or downgrade, you can do it through here. If you want to cancel your membership, you can do so here. You don't have to send over an essay and all those things. It's really just one button. I can't do it to show you because I'm a lifetime member. So there's nothing to cancel because I'm not paying again, but it would just be like a button. If you've had your credit card compromised, you can update your payment here, or maybe you get a new credit card that has better points. You can always edit here. And then if you're looking to write off your membership, you can view your receipts here to send it over to your CPA. If you have your own business, you most likely, depending on where you live in the world, you most likely can write off your membership. You can write off the events. You can write off the retreats that we do, the conferences that we do, advertisement. All of those things are tax deductible. Ask your CPA. I think it's a little different in Canada, and I'm not sure about Europe and in Latin America, but for the United States, I write off all of my memberships, all of my subscriptions, all my networking events. Anytime I'm talking about business, my conferences, even traveling to the conference, all of that I write off. So you can go ahead and take a look at that there. And then also, if you need to change your email, your passcode, and if you want to change your location, you can do so here. I need to change my picture because I have brown hair there. You can change your location just by simply changing this here. And I'll show you why that's important because we're going to go through the directory today as well. Okay, so on the homepage, Genesis. So on the homepage, I'm going to share with you a little cheat sheet also. So I'm going to go a little slow so that no one gets dizzy. But if you come down to the bottom, this is like a little snapshot, excuse me, of what we have coming up this week for local events. So let's say you knew your city was having an event this week. You don't have to go to the location page. You can just come down to the bottom and click on this. And you can also see what's coming up by hitting the arrow. If you go a little bit further and you're looking at the virtual events, you have access to them here as well. So community members really don't have access to anything except for local events. And their community members will pay about $15, $20 more per event than business and founder members. So they don't really have access to the virtual events. So for those that are in the business program or in the founders, you'll know which one is for you because it'll say, like, this is the founders circle. This is the founder circle, which is in there twice. That's an error. And then tomorrow we have a business and a founders. So if you're a founders, you are also a business member. So you have access to every single thing that we share. Even if it just says business members, you are in essence a business member around the globe. So you have access to all of those. And then you can kind of see what we have coming up next week here as well. So that's a kind of a cheat sheet, but I'm going to share with you another way of obtaining that. And then down below, we have our blog, and you'll notice the women that we feature in the blog, like Shelly is one of our Founder Circle members. She's been a part of our program for like 7 years maybe now. So she was our panel guest on Monday. We went ahead and live streamed that on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. We also now created a blog, and we'll go ahead and share it through Instagram, and we're going to email it out tomorrow. So she gets a lot of play because she's a founders member. She gets a lot of play whenever she teaches or she's in one of our panels. But you can kind of scan through our blog as well, and you'll see like Rhonda is also a Founder Circle member. She also led a really great strategy call. So we went ahead and added that to the blog. And then these are advertisers. Some of these are just advertisers as well, which support FemCity. So FemCity is supported obviously through membership and through advertisement as well. And is also a FemCity Global Founder Circle member. And then online classes, so what we have coming up. So this is another great thing for the replay. As an example, today's session will be added here. So for those that want to go ahead and rewatch it, we'll add it here as well. So let's dive into, there's something else left here. Let's dive into the portal because that's where you're going to be spending a lot of time in. So, and again, you have access to the business member portal and also the founder member portal. But the reality is you don't need to access the business one because you have the founders here. And it's pretty much the same thing, except the founders has more benefits. So here's a really quick welcome guide. If you forget all the things I tell you and you wake up at 3 in the morning and you're like, what did Violet say? You could always just download the guide right here and walk you through. And of course, you can always watch this replay as well. So this is the button to access our virtual and online workshops. So we just saw it on the FemCity homepage, but I'm going to click on this to show you how you can see what's coming up. June calendar is being added. So we don't have anything on the June calendar just yet, but it'll look like this. So you can kind of see what we have coming up. You can kind of see the details on it. And you can see like June, I don't think anything is up in June. Yeah, so June is nothing because Kyra usually adds it the last week of the month. But this is another great thing that you can go ahead and look to see what's coming up. You can make plans. For those in our Founder Circle member program, we have every Monday. Let me go back to the portal. Every Monday, we have a goal setting or roundtable discussion, and these are really great. These are totally casual. You do not have to show up prepared. You don't have to register. You just hop on our Zoom. As an example, yesterday, we discussed really great topics. We discussed accountability, how to focus on your goals. We had one of our founder members talk about like, hey, I really need help with accountability this week. I need to get this thing done. So we were able to talk about that, give her some action steps. I'll follow up with her to make sure she's doing it all by Thursday. So Mondays are a really great session. They're also very small and private, which is what I love. Even though we have a goal of growing the founders program because I love it and it fills my cup so much, I feel like these like gatherings will always be small because we may end up adding more of these sessions. We may end up adding more of these sessions throughout the month. So every Tuesday, we have office hours. And so that is always led by a founder member also. And what this does is it highlights the expertise of that founder member, and it gives the other members in the program the opportunity to get to know them and also kind of just noodle on a project together. So as an example, today, I believe Robin was I believe today was Robin who was leading the office hours.
Yes,
And
she did.
she did? Okay, great. So she is a poet and she's a copywriter. And so that's a perfect opportunity if you're struggling with your copy, if things aren't converting, to hop on an office hour with her and noodle on things together. Sometimes it's a wellness expert, sometimes it's a mindset coach, sometimes it's an executive coach. So every Tuesday that swaps out, and our founder members can sign up for that as well. Sometimes it's a spiritual coach also. So it's really whatever will help you navigate life and work a little easier. Those are the experts that we have. And then every Wednesday, we meet. This is all for networking. So the format changes every Wednesday. So, and I'll show you where you can figure out or find out where the different formats are. But we do signature networking, we do roundtables, we do support circles, and we do coffee chats. And these are really great. If you can only do one thing, I would highly recommend even just one of these networking things a month will really help you. It's going to feel like you've made friends. It's going to feel like you have support. It's going to give you the resources, the tools. The other one that I would reach for is the Monday roundtable discussions. I think those are really powerful. Sometimes you don't need to hire me or another coach for an hour. Sometimes you just have a quick question. How do I navigate this? Like this small question. Maybe it's just a 15-minute conversation. These Monday sessions are really, really valuable. If I were a founder member, I would be hitting just those two. I probably would make every single week, but just a couple of times a month would be really great. That alone for me would be worth the amount of the membership. And then Thursday, this is Creative Hour. And this we added about 2 months ago. And the reality is we had some femmes who really were struggling on accountability for working on their creativity, writing their blogs, writing the copy for their Instagram reels, working on their SEO. So Thursdays is just about Creative Hour. It's just the opportunity for you to hop on our Zoom and work with someone side by side. So as an example, Robin and Yvette LaFleur, two from our founders program, they love the Creative Hour. They are usually, I think Yvette has, I think she's attended every single one except for maybe one. And the same for Robin, I think when she was traveling to Ireland. And Robin actually uses the time to color. She has a coloring book and it helps her to connect with, get grounded and to connect with her creativity. And so it can just be you with a coloring book and just sitting there being creative for an hour. But that way you don't feel alone and you don't feel lonely. You have a friend there just side by side to be there with you. So that's been a really great addition that we've added. And we always meet at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And then we always host an orientation on the third Tuesday of each month. So anytime that you forget or you want a refresher, you can always hop on with me. And if you are a new founder member, I always reach out to see if we can meet for 15, 20, 30 minutes. I want to get to know you because sometimes I get PR opportunities, speaking opportunities, conference details, and I email them or share them with you. So it's important for me to know what you're working on. And honestly, the more often I see you, because I personally run the Monday and the Wednesdays, the more I see you, the more I get to know about what you're working on and your goals. And then I can help with introductions. And that also helps with others that are in the space with you. They get to know you more. So sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like attending these all the time, but you're making friends and friends that then learn about what you're working on and they can help you either with resources or referrals and just support. You also have a coupon code for our conference in November. So we have that there. So for those that want to attend, there's a coupon code there for you. The library where you can search all of our classes. These are all pretty much the same as the business member. We have self-guided worksheets. Definitely create your directory feature. I'm sending out an email tomorrow to remind our members, create your directory feature. I'm going to share with you what that's all about, but this is a public directory. It is a female only directory. And I'm hearing more and more members searching the directory to support local and global femmes. So definitely create your profile if you have not done so yet. So also, if you are in the Founders Program, you have access to become one of our mentors or a coach or a teacher. This is the sign-up sheet. So we just closed it for the month of June. I'll open it again, usually by the 10th of the following month. So by June 10, actually it'll probably be sooner because I leave for Berlin next Wednesday. So I'll probably have it up by Monday. You can sign up. And so you can sign up to be on our panel. We do panels on Wednesdays. You can sign up to be a mentor on Mondays. You can sign up to teach a class. You can sign up to be an office hour expert as well. So all of those opportunities, you just sign up. It's a Google form. So let me see if it still is open, just so I can show you. Okay, perfect. So this is what it looks like. Click on the ones that work for your calendar. Add in here the information, the details, and then hit submit. It's really easy to do. And you can see that it always closes on the 15th of the month. So we work a little bit ahead. So we just closed this May 15th for the June calendar. So the next one will close June 15th for the July calendar. We had little opportunities this time. We actually, we had so many femmes sign up. I think everyone but one got a spot because I'm gone the first week of June. And so there were a couple spots that were not available during that time because I'm going to be traveling. So there's that. And coffee chats. And then the other thing, you also have access to the community chat room. So if you don't like Facebook and you just want to connect with founders, you have access to the community chat room. And last but not least, we are going to be adding, I'm using my PR background. We are going to start creating blog pieces that highlight and quote from our founders program. So that will be, it will be a button here. It'll look kind of like this one, but it'll just be the articles I'm working on for the month of June. All I'm asking for you is your headshot and quotes if the topic resonates with you. So for an example, Alisa, it might be something like, what, spiritually speaking, how do we stay grounded during turbulent times? That might be an article that I'm working on. So you can submit one or a couple quotes, and then I'll pick which ones resonate with the article, and then we'll hyperlink it to your website so it drives traffic to you. So that's what we're working on. And then also a new benefit that we have, I don't know if I have it linked here, is we have a conference coming up in November, and we're also launching a book. It's going to be a Wealth and Soul FemCity guidebook for 2026. If you are a Founders member, you get into the directory complimentary. So you don't have to pay to be featured in the book. And I'm working more closely with the founders to create this book. So most likely you might be featured in another area as well. Maybe it's a worksheet, maybe it's an article sharing advice. So the book is going to be really everything that we can give to our members for 2026 to guide them into a beautiful, wealthy, soulful year. Finances, wellness, spirituality, mindset. And then it also will include not only articles and stories, but quotes, inspiration. It'll also have worksheets. It'll have some QR codes to download meditations and exercises, exercise plans. So it'll have a whole bunch of those things also included in the book. And our goal is to do it every year. So our founders get priority and also a complimentary feature as well. All right, so let me stop sharing because I think I went through everything. Oh, here's the directory. So I'm trying to highlight the founder members at the top of the directory. So Melissa is a founder member. Rhonda is a founder member. So definitely create your profile when you can. Look how great it looks. It's really easy to do. And what I love about it is that you can have people, this is a public directory, by the way, means anyone can access this, but you have to be a member in order to be featured in it. I purchased a bunch of URLs like women-owned businesses directory.com, female directory.com. Like I bought, I think like 20 URLs that lead to this page. So it's not just FemCity branded, it's branded like in all these other URLs to drive traffic to here. So what I like about it is you can reach out to her, you can add your name, you can add who you are. Hey, Melissa, I wanted to connect with you about the podcast, whatever it is, and then you hit connect. You don't have to respond to them. We did it this way because in our old directory, it had your email there, and people were actually copying and pasting the emails and then spamming them, right? Adding them to the email. So we did this one. It's a little bit more private so that they don't have access to your information unless you want them to have it. So that's another thing for the directory. And then here's how you edit your directory, meaning if you want to go ahead and add yourself, create your profile, go ahead and add, click this button here, and you can search by name. So let's say you're like, oh, I wanted to connect with Violet, but I can't remember her last name. And I have a couple of profiles because I'm always testing stuff. So you can see there I am. It has all of my different tags. I obviously need to add a picture. I thought I had one there. I wonder if I was taking it down to put the silver hair. Let's say you're traveling and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go to Miami. Let me see what femmes are in Miami. It'll pull up all the Miami femmes. And let's say you don't remember, rather you remember that they were an architect. So you can just search by architecture. If for whatever reason we don't have your category here, please let us know and we'll add it. We tried our hardest to think about all the different titles and industries, but I'm sure we've missed a couple. So it's not that we don't love you. It's just that I just don't know all the things. So with that, let me stop sharing. Okay. Any questions you all have for me?
I did have a question about the event in November. And do you have to go there to be featured in the book?
No.
Okay. So just as a founders member, we are automatically contributors.
Yeah. I'm working on the advertisement page, not to sell you ads, Elisa, but so I can show you what it looks like. The directory is really beautiful. And so it'll have a directory feature there. All the founder members will have access. They'll have that complimentary. And I think we're selling that spot for 250. So it's a gift for you guys for free. And once we get it all up and running, I'll just give you guys a code and you can just go in there, purchase it, but the code will be for free. You'll be like 100% off, but you don't have to be there. It's going to be two separate things. And then the book will be sold on Amazon. So we're going to take the book. It's going to be like a big workbook. It's going to be like my Italian workbook. It's going to be like this thick, but the branding is going to be luxury. So it'll look like a coffee book, but it'll just be a guide for all things of wellness and health and finances. Let me see if I can find, I just worked on the page yesterday. Let me see if I can actually find the page to show you the cover. Okay, here's the cover. Let me show you just so you can see, again, I'm a visual person. I kind of want you to see everything. Here's what the cover will look like to give you an idea. And we haven't published this yet, but once I publish it, it'll have the different pieces at the bottom. And they'll also add the pieces of the directory, what it looks like as well. So you can kind of see, but it'll have like your name, your expertise, and then your website. Very simple to do.
Great. Looks good.
Yay. So I'm trying to I love the founders so much because obviously I see you all so often, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like, what more can I do? What more can I do? And I think also I think us growing the program as well, because I know we have more and more outside the US and Canada coming in. So I feel like now that we've created that advisory council, I feel like we will be adding more and more international women to the program as well.
Great.
Exciting.
I love it.
Yeah. And if you have a question for me and you're shy and you don't want to put it in the chat, you don't want to say it out loud, you can put it in the chat. I'm not sharing my screen. Though I know Debbie's not shy.
No, I was just gonna, but I already know the answer is probably yes, that if I'm already paying for business, if I bump up to founders, you'll put that money towards it. Yeah, prorate.
Yeah. So the only time it doesn't prorate is when you do, not that you're going to do it because I don't see why you do it. in September, we do a local business lifetime. That's the only time it doesn't
Yeah.
prorate. It's a lifetime, but you wouldn't do that because you'd be leveling up. So that wouldn't apply to you. But it always prorates on your behalf. And even let's say you move to Fiji. You're like, I'm going to go ahead and cancel my membership. Let's say you had a monthly and you canceled it. It will remember in a year from now when you move back from Fiji, if you go in there to redo your membership, it will remember, oh, Debbie, you had $20 left. It'll prorate on your behalf. So sometimes we have members that are like, I just joined the founders and it was only like $20. And I'm like, yeah, because it's prorating, like it remembers. And that was a setting that we wanted to make sure that was there for you all. I don't know
I'm so curious why we're moving back from Fiji, but okay.
I mean, hey, you know,
do we want to move back?
you never know. You never know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, we tried doing a retreat there years ago. For our retreats, we have to get like a minimum for the travel agencies. And we only sold, I think, like 5 or 6 spots. So we had to cancel it. It was so upsetting. I'm not sure why, because we did Bali and Bali is just as far. Like it wasn't the distance, but no one was really interested at the time. It was like 10 years ago.
I just moved back last year from Costa Rica, so I guess I shouldn't talk.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we tried doing Costa Rica. We tried doing Cartagena in Colombia also. It was a beautiful retreat. I mean, we had like a private estate, a chef coming in. Like it was phenomenal, and no one was interested in that one. So we scrapped it. Yeah. But now we have Sicily. So I'm like, I've been watching so many Sicily videos that my entire Instagram feed is like just Sicily. That's all it is. Like you know how it just knows what you like? It used to be puppies, golden doodles, and then it was like puppies, Pomeranians, then it was silver hair women, and now it's just all Sicily. So, all right. Any other questions? I want to make sure I'm conscious of your time. We went over a minute.
Yeah, this is very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. And finally, there is a promo for it. Not June, but I think in July. So let's say you're paying $100 now a month and the promo comes up in July. And I will remind you over and over again, just email us and say, apply that coupon to my existing membership so that it will know then to no longer charge you $100. It will charge you, I think it's $60 or $75, whatever the promo is going to be. It will know. So just email us and let us know. But I'll post on Facebook often. And when I see you guys, I'll tell you. Sometimes people listen and they do it. And sometimes people don't, like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm paying $100. I'm like, okay, but I'll remind you, but it will also prorate in that perspective. Also, it'll prorate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, ladies, I love you. Mwah. Wishing you a great rest of the day.
Violet, are we staying on after this for the?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Bye, Lisa. Yeah, I have a coaching call at 2, so I just need time to walk the boys. What's up?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I apologize. I thought I had logged in and was ready to go for this, and then I couldn't get in. It was the wrong
Let me stop
Zoom.
recording it. Hold on.